In 2020, COVID closed the world.
What I remember most about the experience was the mass confusion and panic.
On top of fear and uncertainty, manufacturers faced shutdowns, lockdowns, and layoffs. Then, with COVID spiking and the death toll climbing, doctors and nurses started running out of protective equipment.
Demand spiked for items like masks from a gazillion to infinity overnight.
Most of these medical supplies are made overseas, and Ohio couldn't get enough. So, the state decided to make its own.
I am pleased to announce today the establishment of what we're calling the Ohio Manufacturing Alliance to fight COVID-19.
In 2 days, more than 2,000 Ohio manufacturers volunteered to help. Nonprofit consulting firm Magnet quickly designed a new face shield. It went from prototype to production in less than 2 weeks. Then local manufacturers quickly made 1 million of them.
I don't think there was any other state in the country that responded as Ohio did to the creation of new products of personal protective equipment. The spirit of our manufacturers, this just can-do attitude, it all had to come together to make over 50 million pieces of personal equipment in less than a few months.
Factories pivoted production from mattresses to masks, from whiskey to hand sanitizer.
We continue making sanitizer for the Cleveland Clinic, everything going there to support their 51,000 frontline healthcare workers, making sure that the people who take care of us are also taken care of.
ROE Dental Laboratory was another company that jumped in to help. They went from making dentures to nasal swabs thanks to 3D printing.
We worked 7 days a week, probably 12, 13 hours a day. The printers never stopped.
ROE made 500,000 testing swabs and helped Ohio safely reopen.
Ohio is one of many states that has begun its phased approach to reopening back up their economy after being impacted by the coronavirus.
We're really proud that in the interviews, the governor, mentioned our company several times in our daily briefing, mentioned me in one of the briefing, which was like crazy.
Kowalski believes the need for more digital manufacturing is one of the clear lessons of the pandemic.
I know in my industry, the companies that haven't made that plunge into technology are falling way behind, and many of them, won't make it.
Technology came to the rescue again when Ohio couldn't get enough masks for frontline workers.
What was interesting in the early days of the pandemic was the willingness for manufacturers to jump in and make change in the face of something that was so unusual and so desperate for so many people.
In that moment, Carla Macklin decided to start a mask business.
The state wasn't able to purchase back in March, April, May, the quantity of masks that they wanted to be able to push out to their workforce to keep people working safely, and was interested in putting some innovation dollars behind a project where automated equipment could be designed, landed, and start producing masks at high volumes to fill this need.
With Magnet's help, Macklin found cutting-edge automated sewing technology in Germany, secured a loan from the state, and
we had a machine designed and built in 3 months, which is absolutely breakneck.
45,000 masks a day, millions in months. This helped keep Ohio safe and prove the power of technology.
We as Ohio manufacturers need to push harder and step outside the box and try new things, because the world is evolving, and we can't expect manufacturing in Ohio to remain the same forever.
Smart manufacturing is the only way Northeast Ohio can stay competitive and start bringing back production from overseas.
If we can make PPE and medical equipment here, we can make anything here. Let's use the lessons learned, the vulnerabilities of the supply chain. Let's use those lessons so that we can push for a better industrial policy to reshore more industry.
Reshoring has been the dream ever since American companies started offshoring production to cheaper Asian factories. With renewed collaboration emerging from the pandemic, Northeast Ohio may finally be ready to make reshoring a reality.
I have seen so much more collaboration at a regional level between cities that maybe sometimes never got along, between organizations that sometimes there was turf between, even manufacturers coming out more and saying, boy, we can't do this alone, we've got to work together, or we've got to learn from each other. That spirit of collaboration is real, and it's making a very big difference in our region.
It was a lesson no one wanted to learn, but manufacturing's powerful pandemic pivot showed that Northeast Ohio has what it takes to lead the world.